All right. Hey, how's it, everybody? It is right around 5 p.m. West Coast time. I'm thinking it's 3 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on that there East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. I'm Mad Statter. This is Chatter with Statter. Happy Valentine's Day or Captain Cook Massacre Day, whatever day you want to celebrate. Hope you're having a great February 14th. Looks like we've got a couple people in the house already. We have got Lady Misty on the YouTube side. We've got Shock coming at us with the schedules on the Twitchy Twitch side. Let's see here. All right. And Mama Sean coming in as well, letting everybody know happy Valentine's Day. All right, you guys, I'm super stoked to be back. We've got a couple things of usual talking about. That's right. Where's Picola T, or where was she, and what did she want to show us? We've got some other things too. So, Lady Misty here, there you go. All right, let's get the party started. Okay, Rick sliding on in. Thank you for that resub for 29 months in a row. It's been forever, man. Good to see you guys. So, it feels like forever. It feels like forever. It's been almost a week since we've had a little chatter, chatter, chatter. I hope you guys had a good time at the Super Bowl. I know that Picola T probably did. Yeah, well, let's just get part one of a many part series started, shall we say. So I guess Picola T was in, let's see here, hold on, there we go, was in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl. I don't think she was actually at the Super Bowl. I'm sure she wasn't, because this is the viewing room guest party, whatever, the viewing party room where she was at. This was the humble, the humble food available for those at the Super Bowl party. Yes, a Super Bowl viewing party at somewhere. I don't know what hotel or what friend or what luxury suite she was in, but oh my, the foods looked delectable, and I would have eaten that whole entire, what is that, a brisket? I could eat a brisket. Let me eat that brisket. I'll eat a brisket. And by the way, Picola T, thank you so much for coming in. And as usual, thank you for sharing with us your wonderful adventures. So, okay, that's what it was. Kansas City brisket and San Francisco sourdough grilled cheese. Would you be allowed to get the San Francisco sourdough grilled cheese and then open it up and put some brisket in it and then close it back? Because that's what I would have done. And, they could fight it out in my mouth and my tummy, but that's what I would have done. And let's see here. It looks like we've got, I know, Verity Hunt, right? Okay, now I'm hungry. Exactly. And it looks like, wait, is Felicia? Oh, Felicia Nichols here lurking. Good to see you, Felicia. Yeah, I hope you looked away if you didn't want to get tummy grumbling, because that spread looked a little bit too tasty for words. And Shock, you were busy at your bass teacher's trio gig, geeking out with the drummer about martial arts. There you go. And Rick, okay, coming in for bad joke for the day. What kind of flowers should you not give on Valentine's Day? I don't know, Rick. And PPB Bank, how come I'm wearing the same tattoos for every stream? I don't know how to change my tattoos unless these are real, babe. Oh, right. Cauliflower, Rick. Of course. Cauliflower. Wallflowers. Good answer. Let's see here. Oh, that was your bad joke of the day. And let's see here. Your hubby agrees, add the brisket. Exactly. I mean, come on. And oh wow, okay, yeah, you do what you need to do there. It sounds like you've got some serious life going on, Felicity. Felicity, oh my God, Felicia, goodness gracious, so sorry about that. It's been a while. Words are jarred after all. So you guys, it sounds like now you watch the sports ball. I was at the bar, but I wasn't paying attention to the sports ball. I was just having fun because, you know, there wasn't really a lot going on. Apparently, it's a very low scoring game if I remember correctly, but it did get me thinking, and I was wondering. I don't know what it was that let's see here. Hold on, what's going on? Yes, exactly, Felicia. Take care. Exactly. As long as you can be here, take care. But no push it. No need to push it. And Shock, low scoring can be more interesting. That is true. It was a good game, I guess, in that sense. But for some reason, and I don't remember how this happened, we ended up getting started on the topic of chili. And not like chili peppers, but chili. Beef with the red sauce, usually, typically. Obviously there's green chili with pork and chicken, etc., etc. But someone said, and I was very confused, so I'm bringing it to you guys. Someone said that in their house, oh, Shock, I am so on the same page as you. No beans. You can have beans on the side and add it later, but no beans. Texas grade regulation competition chili has no beans. So take it up with Texas, y'all, not me. Them's the rules. But regardless of the bean topic, I'm getting into a little bit something different, something that made me almost clutch my pearls, because I don't know if it's a good idea or a bad idea. It seems equally enticing as it does horrifying. And that is, my friends, cinnamon rolls. Cinnamon rolls as a side dish to your chili. Have you heard of it? Have you tried it? Have you seen it? Does it sound insane? Does it sound delicious? Because I can't tell if it's right or wrong. And oh my God, Mama Sean, you deconstructed a vintage kimono for the fabric while watching the game. Nice. And Bacola T, I kind of feel like it might be blasphemy, but at the same time, okay, see, Mama Sean's coming with yes. And Shock, it's the McGriddle generation. I don't know. I think it's a Midwest thing, actually. It seems like it's kind of a Midwest thing. Midwesterners do weird things with their chili. They put it on spaghetti, which I also find slightly odd. But I appreciate the spaghetti chili people because they don't have beans. You can add the beans later, but they don't have the beans in it. But, and okay, see, Mama Sean. So it's not just the McGriddle generation. You used to have cinnamon rolls and chili for school lunches. So it is a thing, apparently. And, Bacola T, these are the same folks who put ranch dressing on their pizza. Just leave now. And Darlene, you are exactly barking up the tree that I was thinking. Like, I've heard of chili recipes adding spices like cinnamon and ginger. Absolutely. I have no doubt that there's cinnamon in plenty of people's chili recipes, right? And so I was like, well, I mean, maybe. And, depending upon how spicy the chili is, spicy and sweet do go together. And so, Shock is confirming Mr. Me put cinnamon in chili. And thanks, Bacola T. I'm glad you got that. Okay, so, and Mama Sean, okay, so it's not even, okay, so it wasn't even a Midwestern thing. Apparently the Seattle School District back in the day thought that chili and cinnamon rolls were exactly what kids wanted to have. And ranch on pizza, I will I will grant ranch on pizza in two circumstances. One, it's just the pizza bones, the crust, and you want to dip the crust in something, and ranch is there. Or, and this one's a little iffy, I will admit, but maybe on a white sauce chicken pizza, or maybe that's white sauce being ranch on a chicken pizza. But then it's not really a pizza; it's more of a flatbread, and we can get into that discussion as well. But and exactly, Mama Sean, 5-way or 7-way chili in Cincinnati. Yeah, and I don't remember exactly what the ways are. Like the first, second, like I know it's like with onions, with cheese, with beans, and with other stuff. I just don't remember what. And yeah, Shock, was the cinnamon roll just cinnamon or frosty goopy roll? I don't know. I mean, I'm okay. I'm going out on a limb and assuming it wasn't a Cinnabon style cinnamon roll. It was probably less extravagant, but I think all cinnamon rolls kind of have at least some kind of glaze on them, don't they? Usually. And okay, Bacola tea, also a good, an acceptable reason for pizza in ranch. You're so intoxicated that you're dipping your pizza into salad dressing. And let's see here. And yeah, cornbread, I guess, for chili is good, but I have to tell you, dude. Okay, so Mama Sean says there was no frosting. Okay, and that seems a little bit better. I mean, I've never tried it. I don't know what's better, but it seems more acceptable. But Shock, Verity, you're totally right. Like cornbread is super good for chili. In fact, like corn chips, corn tortilla, whatever. That's really what I really enjoy with my my chili. But the problem with cornbread these days is a lot of people, or not even these days, I think it's always been. It's just a case of who's making it, right? And some people really like their cornbread to be more like corn cake. And I don't want a lot of sweetness to my cornbread. I want my cornbread to be cornbread. I don't want it to be mushy and soft. I kind of want it to be crumbly and, I mean, I don't want to say dry, but I want it to have a good open crumb. And Darlene, yeah, the warm spices like cinnamon, ginger, and paprika. Oh yeah, totally. Oh, gosh, I think I put paprika and cumin probably end up in almost anything that I make on the savory side, that is. And yeah, I want cornbread. Thank you, Shock. I want cornbread that you need to slather with butter in order to choke down. That is exactly it. That is exactly it. And, whoa, dude, I just scrolled up a little bit and, cause I was trying to figure out what what AYFKM could possibly mean, cause it really didn't cross my mind what it meant. But then as soon as I read what Piccola Tea said, which was now lots of local islanders like mayo on their chili, so I know exactly what "Are you effing kidding me" stands for. And right, there you go, Verity. That sounds like I would like your corn cake, your cornbread. You like the polenta. Yeah, you add polenta for the extra texture. That sounds good. And Piccola Tea, right, if cornbread is like cake, then if I'm gonna have to eat it, I'll eat it solo. Right, it's not as a thing. And let's see here. Mama Sean, I make potato bread or egg bread cinnamon rolls. Egg bread cinnamon rolls sounds good. But alas, I'm gluten free now, so no more Steve Gutenbergs for me. So I'm gonna have to be like by Lake Shock. I have to make sure there's no wheat in my cornbread. Exactly. That's and finding cornbread that has no wheat in it is, as I'm sure you know, not as easy as one would think. Um, and half masa, half cornmeal. Oh, that sounds acceptable to me, unless you put a whole fork ton of sugar, in which case I don't know about that. Let's see here. And well, yeah, sour cream or yogurt in a pinch. Yeah, totally, but not mayo. Absolutely. Mayo never would have I never would have thought of mayo. And Darlene, the gluten-free eating so far so good. Someone, I'm going to assume it was Andre, but actually I don't know. Someone sent me a whole bunch of gluten-free noodles. So so um uh yeah, I'm set for noodles. And oh, masa is wheat. Okay, well then never mind. I guess that's not good. And hey Gina, so good to see you. And other than that though, I think I've had no gluten since the last time we talked, and so things are glowing splendidly. Words are still equally hard. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, picola tea, totally. Dairy on my chili too. The sour cream, my perfect chili is really more of a Frito pie, which is of course the Fritos with the meat chili, with the cheddar cheese, the sour cream, the green onions. Oh yeah, that's delish for me. That is so perfect. Um, and Deb Case, cornbread and chili is good, and pizza and pizza and ranch dressing. Well, you know what? It really actually depends on the ranch dressing, because some ranch dressings that those pizza places serve are just gross. But like, I had some homemade ranch dressing the other day. Okay, it wasn't the other day. It was maybe like over a month ago, but whatever. I forgot how good, from the little Hidden Valley like dried packet, you put in your own mayonnaise and your own milk and you go shake a shake a shake a. That stuff is really good. Like way better than anything you get in the jar. Um okay, so masa is just finely ground cornmeal. See, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Um and let's see here. Oh, Fritos have gluten? Oh, dude, that bums me out. Okay, well, then I won't be using Fritos anymore. But before the gluten time, that was my favorite. But I don't make my chili. I don't eat canned chili. I make my own chili. If I have chili, I make my own. So there's no nothing that I don't know what's in it in mine. Um, but oh, you put masa in chili. I don't, but okay. Are you supposed to? Is that part of the regulation recipe? Um, I didn't know that. Why do you wait? What do you use? Why do you put masa in chili? And okay, so shot coming in. You have to check some of the Frito flavors, but mostly they are gluten free. Okay. Oh, masa is a thickener. Got it. I don't really have I must not use enough liquid because I don't really have that problem with my chili. And Asian vermicelli noodles are either rice, mung bean if you want noodles. Yeah, I've got well, they're out of reach. I've got some glass sweet potato japchae noodles, and then some brown rice and millet noodles, and then another kind that I'm not going to tell you because I can't remember, but I think maybe just rice. And then some gluten-free chow mein noodles, the deep fried kind of little chow mein noodles. I have to admit, I was a little bit more excited than I realized I would be when I saw those. I don't know how they taste yet, but I was pretty excited because I love chow mein noodles, crispy chow mein noodles. They're just yummy. So anyway, gosh, though, I didn't know, I should get some masa. I should get some masa. I should do that. And, yeah, Darlene, exactly. There's two different kinds of chili that I've seen. The liquidy like a soup and then the thicker stew. Mine's more like the stew, but it seems like the chili that they serve over the spaghetti in the 3-way, 5-way, 7-way, the spaghetti people. Cincinnati, I think. Cincinnati, didn't we say? Theirs seems to be more liquidy. And then I think Coney Island hot dog chili is usually a little liquidier. But I might be making that part up. I don't think I am though. And Shock, oh, you missed chummy noodle. Dude, I've got 3 bags of them. I can mail you a bag, or I can tell you what they are. Well, first I'll try them and tell you whether or not they're good. But I'll share with you the label of the brand of the kind of chow mein. I mean, I will share it with everybody if I had it, but I don't. So I have to go behind my curtain. Hey, Option, coming in with the green pearl dots. How do you eat your chili, Option? We're talking about chili and whether or not you eat it with cinnamon rolls, or if you eat it with cornbread, or if you eat it with mayonnaise like people on the islands do. And I know that you live on the islands. Have you taken up the habit of mayonnaise on your chili? No, you eat it with cornbread. And okay, Shock, I won't send it to you because you shouldn't be eating that stuff. Yeah, me either, actually, but oh well. And let's see here. Bacola tea, sorry, Zippy's lovers, but hot dogs and chili should not coexist on a plate. Well, John Cougar Mellencamp would beg to differ, man. He's got a whole song that starts out about chili dogs and the tasty freeze. But but I agree. It is kind of a strange combo. Yeah, it's a messy combo. Yeah. Chili dog, exactly. Sucking on a chili dog outside the taste freeze. I think somebody has made a loop of just John Cougar saying that. And it just goes over and over and over again, and they put it on different videos, and it's kind of funny. Anyway, yeah, those French's crunchy onions are good, but I think for gluten-free people, we can't have the French's brand, so we have to make our own with cornstarch, I'm guessing. Corn flour? No, maybe corn flour, but I meant to say rice flour, actually. Let's see here. Option, okay, you're not proud. You'd eat the chili with the mayo or a hot dog or whatever. Oh, all right. Oh, right, Shock, yeah. Who doesn't love tempura? But yeah, tempura actually is not a friend of me either, but I definitely, yes, I am a fan. A huge fan. And Shane in Dallas coming in with cornbread plus hot dog. I love a corn dead more than chili dog. All right. Hey, this just occurred to me. Do they serve corn dogs with chili the way they make chili dogs? Or maybe not the way they make chili dogs, but doesn't it seem... Oh, sorry. Thanks, Gina. There we go. We've got Lono now. Sorry about that, guys. I had everything turned off for reasons. But yeah, okay, so wait, hold on. So Shane brings up the most obvious of marriages, but you can get chili cheese corn dogs. Okay, I've never heard of such things, but it seems like a logical extension, right? Now when you say chili cheese corn dogs, like, the chili's served on the side, right? I know, right, that's why I'm like, but chili in a corn dog is over the top, right? That's why I'm like, that's why I'm trying to verify with shock. Wait, the chili's on the side, right? And so, let's see here. Darlene, I was so busy talking foods, it didn't hit me. No, Lono. Yep, sorry about that, guys. But we've got Lono now, and we've got a new Lono. Well, it's not new. I mean, it's been on his page for a while, but new to this stream, and video later on in just a little bit. But let's see here. So Shane in Dallas. Where is the Texas State Fair? Is it in Houston? Is it in Dallas? Is it in San Antonio? And isn't it known for things like fried butter and fried Coca-Cola? And I even want to say fried Kool-Aid. Mama Sean, split the corn dog and serve over. Okay, all right. I can see that logic. Right, you just remove the stick and then you treat it like, of course, why not? Of course. Shock. I'm not speaking from personal experience on this corn dog thing. Yeah, corn dogs don't work with you either. Don't be getting down on fried butter. I'm just trying to figure out what and how it even works. That's actually what I'm trying to figure out. The one in Dallas is the biggest. Last 3 weeks, fried everything. Right, fried everything, yeah. So it's the one with the fried butter, the fried Coca-Cola, the fried Kool-Aid, the things that are like, how do you fry them? I don't understand. But, let's see here. Yeah, okay, Rick, yesterday Costco had some battered cheese stick corn dogs covered with potato chunks, all deep fried. Nope, that is a Korean corn dog, and believe it or not, Rick, they sprinkle sugar over them to serve them. It's all you just said, plus sugar. And I think they eat it with ketchup. I don't remember exactly how the typical Korean cheese dog is eaten, but I do know that it is served with sugar. And it is served with sugar. So there you have it. And Picola Tea, I totally agree. Darlene's grandkids are going to have the best memories of their grandma. And Darlene, I guess you use, just like Shock said, frozen butter, batter it, then fry it, I guess. So I guess just all the butter melts into the batter? I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't try it. And Shane's coming in, yes, with the confirmation, frozen, dip in batter, and you drop it in the fryer. I just don't know. I mean, I do enjoy butter, and I do enjoy deep fried things, but I don't really know if I'd want to, I mean, the butter melts, right? I mean, it's not like, it's not like you're eating a pat of butter, is it? Well, Darlene, you know, I mean, they deep fry ice cream, right? And the ice cream only melts just a tiny bit, and then you're left with solid ice cream. But the thing that I'm worried about is I'm left with solid butter. I would almost rather the butter melt into the batter, and so then the batter's buttery, then have a cold hunk of butter that I'm chewing with the hot batter. Does that make sense? It is a little like eating a pat of butter. Okay, I don't think I would like that. Hey, Ray M. Good to see you. Aloha. Glad to have you here on the YouTube side. We're talking about deep fried foods at the moment, specifically deep fried butter. Although I think we might be off of that topic now that we've figured out that it is indeed like eating a fried pat of solid butter and the butter's not melty, and that doesn't really sound very tasty. It's buttering your fritter from the inside. Well, right, but when you butter your fritter, it at least melts, right? Sounds like it maybe doesn't melt all the way. And Bacola T, your cat's a weirdo. She's being affectionate right now and burrowing her face into your underarm pit. Yeah, exactly. I would want the butter to be a little bit soft, just like you, Shock. I feel like I don't want to eat a batter fried cold stick of butter, cold tiny stick of butter. And yes, you see, Ray, that is the dashing and most intriguing conversations that we're having right now. Butter, yeah. All right, you're gonna jump in on Twitch. See you in a minute. All right, cool. And yes, PPP bang. The butter is only as soft as your bread is. Well, you hope. Luckily, in the Pacific Northwest, and probably in your area too, you can keep butter out on the counter, and it can get a little bit soft. But then in the summertime, when it gets super hot, and you have that bad habit going, well, that's when everything is, everything gets melted all over your cabinets. I don't know that from personal experience or anything. Nope, not at all. Hey, Okinawa Ray, good to see you again on the Twitchy bot side. Only you're not a Twitchy bot, you're a real bot, a real live bot. And let's see here. Last year, the Texas Fair offered bourbon banana caramel sopapillas. Okay, first off, I'm not offended by the idea, but someone please help me. What is a sopapilla? I know that I used to know. I know that I do know. Only I don't remember. So, can someone remind me what a sopapilla is? Because you have me with bourbon caramel, you have me with banana caramel, you have me with bourbon banana, you have me with bourbon banana caramel. I just want to know what format am I getting this in? Shock, as you recall, it's a puffy pastry with honey on it. Okay. Oh, wait, Cola T says it's prickly pear cactus. Mama Sean says it's fried square of dough. So far we have 2 doughs, 1 cactus. I'm gonna go with the cactus. No, with the dough. Wow, I'm confused. I'm gonna go with the dough because that sounds... I prefer a dough sopapilla, please. Okay, sopapilla is fried bread that puffs up and hollows in the middle, coated in sugar, cinnamon, and you can pour honey inside. Okay, I'll have 5. I'll have 15. I'll have 15,000. Thank you. Okay, I don't mind that at all. All right, Deb Case, good to see you. Now that we've learned what a sopapilla is, she's got to get the heck out of here. She's got to go make some sopapillas and probably let the dog out. We'll see you later, Deb. And let's see here. I know, right, Ray? It sounds delicious. Fried flippin' dough is, well, you know, you can deep fry. I used to say you could deep fry a plastic comb and I'd probably eat it. But now that I found out what a deep fried piece of butter is, I'm not sure I'd eat it. And so I don't really know if deep fried everything is that good. But deep fried dough, sign me up. Sign me up. And yeah, Bacola T, Okinawa Ray, he's not really on Okinawa at the moment. He lives in a neighborhood very close to a condo that I was dreaming of buying. Well, one of many I've been dreaming of buying in a couple different neighborhoods, but yeah. He lives in one of my dream neighborhoods. And yeah, Mama Sean, it sounds like absolutely like just simple donut, good to go. Put it in my mouth yesterday. We'll be happy today. Yeah, that sounds delicious. And I don't know if I've ever had one, which might be why I hadn't had the definition of the word cemented in the brain, in the noggin. And Lady Misty, I have tried baking with coconut flour, and I never was very successful with it because it was really dry. Like, it seemed to soak up the liquid more than any other. Like, it reacted to liquid so thirstily, and so I never figured out how to master that. But I will probably try again because I did like the flavor of coconut flour more than like chickpea flour has a very specific flavor. There's some flours that are just not as pleasant. So, yeah, so let's see, you gotta add more liquid to coconut flour. Yeah, and that was never I never really got the ratios right for that. But I do like I said, I like the flavor of coconut flour, so I should maybe, try to master that again. And, Pacola T, leaving Vegas yesterday, you saw a woman carrying 2 large boxes of Krispy Kremes. That's funny. That is funny. And Darlene, oh, right on. You ate some punchkis on the, or however you pronounce it, on Fat Tuesday. Excellent. Good for you. That's the day to eat it. If you're gonna be cheating, you might as well do it on the God-sanctioned day to cheat. Fat Tuesday. And Shock, you use coconut flour to make your almond cookies less dangerous to people's teeth. I haven't tried those almond cookies yet, but they really do look good. And buy a boatload of milk. Yeah, basically that's I think what you need to do with the coconut flour. Yeah, I need to start buying milk again. I stopped buying milk so long ago. I have milk in my fridge from when I stopped buying it so long ago, and I'm kind of afraid to open it, so I don't think I'm going to. I think I need to go buy more milk. All right, you guys. So, hey, let's take a quick little Lono listening break, and then we will go check out some gardens that Pacola T saw when she was in Dubai. And yes, well, Pacola T, now it's cottage cheese, quite possibly. And actually, if it's cottage cheese, I might want to eat it because I've been on a real cottage cheese kick lately. So, and yes, exactly, Sea Honda, no surprise talking about food. Oh, we have talked the gamut today about so many different foods. Started with chili, and then we ended up in the deep fried world, and now we're on to cheese. But, alas, we are going to listen to a little bit of Lono as soon as I can find the right button to button. Here we go. And this song can be found on the upcoming Evie Music project that has not been released yet, called 345, and it is called In Kihei.
Dawning, we're about to start a beautiful day. Will we go west side? Kind of a long drive. Think I'm gonna stay right here in Kihei. In Kihei, islands on the ocean. There we'll spend our sunny days. The beach is in reach. We're sailing the South Shore down at Cove Park, watching the waves. Poolside with some of our friends. At the Oasis, the fun never ends. It's the island rhythm, this side of Maui. Look at the moonlight shining so bright. In the islands and the oceans, there we will spend our sunny days. The beaches in reach, we're sailing the South Shore. Down at the Cove Park, watching the whales. Blue skies today. Blue skies in Kihei. Here comes the trade wind blowing away all of the troubles you're feeling today. Look at the people having a good time. They get the rhythm when they hear Marty Dread. It's the sensation sweeping the nation. Yes, it began right here in Kihei. In Kihei, islands and the oceans, there we will spend our sunny days. The beaches in reach, we're sailing the South Shore. Down at the Cove Park, watching the whales. Blue skies today. Blue skies. Comes the trade wind blowing away all of the troubles you're feeling today.
All right, there we go. Oops, whoa, hold up. All right, there we go. Got to get my buttons in order. All right, so that was a Lono tune that he wrote many, many years ago, and it actually has been released before on, I'm not sure if it was the White Album or not, but it has been revamped for this latest Eevee release. In fact, many of the songs on Eevee's latest release, Eevee Music's latest releases, are songs that Lono has released before, but he has, of course, over the past 30 so years, honed them down, refined them, polished them up, and some of them have morphed into completely different tunes. So he's got the new versions out and available on Eevee 1 and 2 right now. Eevee's 3, 4, 5 is going to be released as one box set download, probably before the end of the month, but I don't have an exact date for that. But for some reason, this song reminded me that, in case you guys haven't heard, let's see if I can find it. Boom. The Eddy is on yellow status right now. So that means all of these surfers that are on the list here that you see are put on notice to, hey, maybe think about coming to Oahu in the next couple weeks, because the swells and the conditions might be right. So we're on a little bit of a waiting pattern, I think, for the Eddy to go to go on. If you're not familiar with what the Eddy is, it's a big wave surfing competition that happens in Hawaii, named after a legendary lifeguard, Eddie Akau. His family hosts this event, and his family's in charge of this event, hosts this event, and this event only takes place when the conditions are right. I believe the swells have to be 40 feet consistently in order for this event to run. The event's been able to run, I believe, a dozen or so times in the past, 25, 30 years that it's been going. So we did have an Eddy last year. Having an Eddy every year is not normal. So to have one 2 years in a row, we're kind of stoked. And so, like I said, for some reason that Lono tune reminded me of that. So I wanted to remind everybody on that. And, all right. So speaking of some wild birds and wild lovebirds, etc., we've got some videos. Let's see here. Where is the video? Here we go. We've got some videos of a Dubai garden that, a garden in Dubai that Pacola T went to. I cannot really remember exactly where this garden was located, but it's pretty fancy pants. Check it out. Oops. So, I was most impressed with the butterflies. I thought that was so awesome, but I have to say those ballerinas were really impressive as well. And Pacola T, okay, so the race car noises were from Ferrari World next door. I'm sure you didn't, I'm sure you don't know, but I'm going to ask anyway. Did you, just for fun, did you see, like, how much did it cost to go play at Ferrari World for a half an hour or 15 minutes or whatever? Like, because the reason why I ask is because there's a place in Renton or Kent or whatever that lets you race Toyota Supras, but it's like $2,000 just to like get in the door, you know, and it's just like, oh, that's a little rich for my blood. Well, that's Renton prices, right? I mean, Dubai prices are a little higher, so I was just wondering, like, oh yeah, it's like 25,000 just to walk in the door. I was, okay, you didn't know? All right, because I wouldn't be surprised if it was like, oh yeah, it's 25,000 just to, you know, just to come in and look. But yeah, not at all surprised that you didn't go to Ferrari World. And let's see here. You can only dream of flowers here right now, but you were out today clearing out the old stuff from last year. There you go. Yeah, well, you know, funny you should say that, Rick. I was actually thinking of planting some peas later this week. But as it turns out, we're probably getting snow tonight. So maybe I shouldn't go plant some peas. I had no idea that we were still in line, but we weren't supposed to. The area that I'm in wasn't supposed to get snow with the storm that's coming in. But like right before the stream started, every hour the forecast kept getting worse and worse. Like, oh yeah, you know, it's like, you know, nobody's really expecting snow. Oh, well, these places might get 1 inch. Oh, well, those places are gonna get 3 inches, and these places might get some, and they're just expanding the snow, and so it's like, nah, I'll probably get some snow. And Rick, you like snow peas? Oh, there you go. Is that why they named snow peas? Because you can plant them in the snow or before the snow. And let's see here. Oh, Lady Misty, you're talking about your birds. For some reason, I thought you guys were talking about cats, and I was like, wow, Henrietta's green and yellow? That's kind of weird. And her mate is bright blue and white. That's nice. Nice. And let's see here. Mama Sean, Bondurant racetrack here wasn't that much to race. Wasn't, yeah, I don't know. It might be a full day of the thing that you're renting for $2,000. I don't know. I just know that one of the people at my bar was talking about it, like, you know, we should all do that. And I'm like, okay, sugar daddy, you paying? I mean, who's got $2,000? Anyway, I don't got $2,000 for something like that. And you're right, Piccola T, you were just riding around in tuk-tuks the week before. A Ferrari probably would have been a little bit too much. And, right, yeah, exactly, Darlene. You're finally supposed to get snow, I guess. I mean, you guys are finally getting a little bit of winter, it sounds like, maybe? And Lady Misty, you got the horrid snow yesterday, and it's ice and wind right now. And let's see here, Shane. So you looked up supercar race driving in Texas, $80 to ride along, and $250 to drive 4 laps. See, what the heck is he talking about? $2,000. Like, that's gotta be for like renting the track for the whole day or something, right? He's gotta be, I'm gonna ask more questions later on next time I see him. Cause yeah, you guys, that is way more reasonable of a cost. As far as I'm concerned. And Terry in Scotland coming in with 5 viewers. Let me see here. I wonder if, I'll bet you Terry's a viewer. I'll bet you. And only rent the track for $2,000 if you bring your own car. I don't know. Hey, Katie's Aura. And good to see you. We're talking about renting race cars right now or something. No, he made it sound like they had the Toyota Supras to drive. But like $2,000 for a Toyota Supra versus I don't know what Shane in Dallas or Mama Sean, I think it was Mama Sean in Arizona, I don't know what cars their racetrack can rent, but they're probably fast. I mean, let's see here. And Gina, am I dropping frames? I've been over the entirety of the stream, I've dropped 3% of my frames, so I don't know how much. I mean, well, yeah, I do know how much. It's 3%. I don't know how big of a deal that is what I meant to say there. And let's see here. Looks like we've got Pinnell subscribing for 24 months in a row. Thank you so much, Pinnell, for coming in on that raid. And let's see here. Who else came in that I may or may not have missed? All right, we've got Katie, and then Darlene, Piccola T, Shakalaka, Gina Gamba, and Pinnell. Yep, all right. Yes, Ashes, Dusty, and Leo. I don't know where any of them are, but they're out living their best life right now, I think, Pinnell. And let's see here. Mama Sean, maybe it was a 10 beer price and a 2 beer price is left. I feel like you might be onto something there. And, oh, okay. And so Shane's coming in with a little bit. So 250 is a Corvette, 440 for a Lamborghini. Okay, right. But still, it's a Toyota Supra. That's 2,000. Like, that's not the same as a Lamborghini or a Corvette. It's a flippin' Toyota, flippin' Supra. Yeah, I am definitely going to ask him, like, what is your math based on? I'm confused. So basically it's $110 per lap for the Lamborghini. All right then. All right, that's way too rich for my blood. Not to mention, honestly, I don't even know if I could get in and out of a Lamborghini. Aren't Lamborghinis like really, really low to the ground? I don't have very good knees, and I'm kind of a heavy girl. Hey, Nessie's good to see you. Yes, exactly. The Lamborghini. It's totally an excessive experience, so it may be worth the $110 a lap. But, oh, Gina, I know you didn't come on the raid. I was just saying hi to everybody who was in that little strip, and that way I made sure I got everybody. And, oh, Shane, maybe it's a real Toyota actual race car? The ones you quoted were just regular street cars. Okay. And Nessie's, yeah, I'd be pretty much sitting on the ground. That's kind of how I feel. And so I would be crawling gracefully or rolling gracefully out of a Lamborghini. Right, yeah. I don't think anybody... Either nobody would want to see that or it would go viral. And I'm really not sure I want it to go viral. So I don't know if I would want anybody videotaping me doing that. And okay, so you got Dr. Steve racing at Bondurant for Father's Day in a Cobra for $250. Right, now see, that still too expensive for my blood, but that is reasonable and doable for people who have a little bit of extra cash. That is totally reasonable. 2,000? Are you flipping kidding me? And that's exactly right, Ray. Getting in is easy. It's the getting out that's iffy for me. Absolutely. I can fall into any seat. Did you hear? Did you catch that method? I can fall into any seat. It's the getting up after the fall. And then, let's see here. Oh, right, Rick giving some advice. If can, lower your video resolution under the gear if the video is buffering too much. Yeah, you guys, I'm super sorry because my stream right now actually looks fairly solid. So, and the frames dropped still is at 3%, but, if it's a huge ordeal, we can maybe restart, but hopefully not. And, let's see here. Ray, when you used to work at Hertz, you hated moving the Corvettes. I can only assume for reasons of knees. We'll just leave it at that. For reasons of knees and joint health. Yeah. And let's see here. Nessie's 2K, would you could race for like 30 minutes an actual NASCAR race car? Well, that's kind of, okay, so that's what the guy at the bar was sort of making it sound like. Although I don't really know if Toyota Supras are in NASCAR. I don't know what kind of car races at NASCAR. I am so clueless about all of that. So, I am so clueless about all of that. So, okay, no, I didn't think so. As clueless as I am, I also was pretty confident that they weren't. So I'm glad you confirmed that because yeah, I didn't think so. And yeah, so I still have to and Sionda, you could just imagine me screaming throughout the whole ride on the track. I don't know, actually. I am a very fast. Well, it depends. Okay, if the driver were me, I probably would end up screaming because I would probably go faster than my capability would allow, and so I'd probably crash, because that's usually how I do things. But if I was in the car with an actual race driver who was just hauling, I actually feel like I'd be pretty stoked because I could trust them. I'm not so sure I could trust me. And Nessies, you could ride along with the NASCAR driver for 3 laps for just over 200. See, that sounds more my action. Not that I wouldn't like to drive the car. It's just that truly I would take it past my limit. I know I would. When I rented, what are they called? Like jet skis or whatever, you know, the kind that you sit on though. When I was in Hawaii, they clearly had like throttle limiters so you could only go so fast. And that was a good thing because I would have killed myself, other people, or whatever. And I would have taken it to the limit. And exactly, Nessies, I think it'd be more fun with someone that can push it to the limit safely, precisely. Because I would be so worried about all of those pieces of paper that I sign that's just like, we're going to own you and all 10 toes and your pinky finger if you wreck our car. Plus, you'll be indebted to us monetarily as well. You know, all of these things, like if I ruin that car, financially speaking, I don't care how many pieces of insurance I have, I would still be paying for it some way or another. And I don't have that kind of money. So how about I let somebody else do that? And I would try to be rolling around at 110 or 120, but I don't know if I could even take it that fast. I've only driven my car 104 miles an hour, and that was in a straight line. I did actually maybe hit 105, but that's when the engine revometer thing cut in and stopped the engine from going any further, which kind of freaked me out. So I slowed back down and then the engine came back in. And so as it turns out, cars do that, apparently. Saturn did that. And so you could take a Saturn to 104, but at 105, Saturn said, nope. So that's as fast as I've ever been. But right, with the Pro, they could run it at 200, right? See, and that would be more funner. And that's right, I know, more funner is not really right, but that's how much more funner it would be. We would be breaking all of the rules, including how we describe how much fun it is. Exactly. And, yeah, I would do but see, that's the problem, Chuck. I would do too fast on the straights and then not, not do the corner right. The corner is tricky. And, Shock, you'd want to learn how the car felt as a driver more than about how fast I could go. Well, then I wouldn't want to ride with you, Shock. I can appreciate that need, but I'd want to at least face the extremes and squeal. I might not scream, but I might squeal. I probably won't scream, but I might squeal. I will give you that. And, let's see here. So, right. Okay, there you go. Do one fast lap, I guess. But 2's better than 1. 4's better than 2. All right, so we've got two more very short little videos by Piccola T. Also, when she was in Las Vegas, right before and or during the Lunar New Year that happened just this last Saturday. And let's see here. Oh, wait, hold on. Netzi says, if you want to know how they handle, just drive a car without power steering and a mechanical throttle. That sounds unpleasant. How about we let them drive? That sounds unpleasant. But hey, here is some stuff that Piccola T saw this Saturday before she saw all that food. Boop. I don't know if that was animatronic or if there was people in there. I think it was animatronic. But let's see here. Hold on. Option 1 lap fun, 2 laps more fun, 3 laps. Uh-oh, my body hurts. Well, that could be. I'd still be willing to have the ache though. And Rick likes it fast too. He's heavy on the foot at times. And when I say something, he says, I'm keeping up with the flow of traffic. And, well, you know, an 80, 85 on the freeway. Honestly, actually, I mean, even though it's so... Our laws in regards to speeding, at least in our state, are so counter to each other. You know, there's this speed limit, but if you are in the fast lane, excuse me, the left lane, and everybody's going faster than you, even if that means it's above the speed limit, you can get a ticket for impeding the flow of traffic in that left-hand lane. So you're kind of expected to go 85 in that left-hand lane if that's what the traffic wants you to do, even though no one should be doing 85. It's... I mean, he is kind of right, as long as he doesn't left-hand lane, that is. And let's see here. So, Terry, you lived about 5 miles from Silverstone Racecourse back in the 70s. F1 cars sound like mosquitoes from a distance. You rode your bike just past the racetrack before the British Grand Prix. Loads of hot babes rooting for South African Jodie Scheckter. Sounds perfect. I don't know what the British Grand Prix is. Is it one of those races that take place on a track, or is it one of those races that take place on a road? I feel like when it's a Prix, it takes place on a road, but I also really don't know why I think that, and I'm fairly certain I might deserve a ha emote for even thinking that, but I still think it. Yeah, exactly, Rick. Fast lane, left lane. Well, yeah, there is that whole, you're not that's so cute. You guys come from a place that they do that. Yes, there is an element of truth to you stay to the right unless you want to pass, which I guess is the logic for why you must keep the left lane clear. But here's the deal. In Washington, nobody does that. That's not new. You pass where you can. Generally, the right lane is actually usually the fastest lane in rush hour traffic because everybody doesn't want to be in the right-hand lane, so they're all trying to move left, and then it crowds the left-hand lane. So the right-hand lane is actually the fast lane, but but no. In Washington, we don't really do that law. Yeah, it's a law. Oh, it is a law. We just don't acknowledge it or follow it. And Mama Sean, you can't even imagine I-5 being able to go 85. Well, it depends on the county and when they did their roads. Like right now, you could totally go through Pierce County at 85 in the middle of the night. The freeway's nice and smooth. It's nice. But the moment you hit King County line, suddenly you probably don't want to be doing 85 because I-5 is suddenly just like, and so it's a natural sort of slower downer. But yeah, in most of the time you are correct. 85 isn't really an option on I-5 through most of it. And so let's see here. Wow, Rick. You were 5 miles from the Milwaukee Mile in 67 when Mario Andretti had the turbine. It sounded just like a turbine. Mario Andretti, he's just like, well, he's just a mythical creature to me, but I will say that I do enjoy him because I used to be called Molly Andretti by my mom when I was learning how to drive because she knew that I like to go fast. She knew that I like to go very, very fast. And And that's not always good for a good driver or a new driver who's not yet a good driver. But we won't get into that. No, we won't. And toll roads in Oklahoma have posted limit of 85, which is fun on a long drive. Yeah, oh, that's cool that Oklahoma has posted. I know that Montana used to let you drive as fast as you pretty much wanted, and 85 was the norm. And I did like that because Montana is such a huge state. I mean, I think Montana is as wide as California is long. You know, it's like a full, 20-hour drive from one end to the next kind of thing. But yeah, and Oklahoma, definitely, that part of the country doesn't have a lot of mountainous, rough stuff. It's pretty flat, pretty easy to drive, so, that's good, that's good. And yeah, I-95 is posted 75 here, everyone cruises at 85. Oh yeah, totally, dude. I mean, exactly. If it's posted at 75, 85 is the expected, as it were. Yeah, totally. You can always at least get away with 10 over. My mom used to actually, hers was 7 over. She always would just do 7 over. She felt she would never get pulled over. And she never got pulled over in her life, so not a bad rule of thumb, I guess. I'm not saying I follow it. I don't. 7. Seven? No. If I'm gonna speed, I'm gonna speed. Alright, so, now that I've confessed my sins, and let's see here, one more bad joke. What do you say to an octopus on Valentine's Day? I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. Nice. And, yeah, no, I know, Darlene, exactly. I know. This is our own little private club that's in the public. Anybody can join. Nobody wants to, but anybody can. Speaking of which, if you are watching this on YouTube and you haven't liked and subscribed yet, why don't you do that? Hit that notification bell if you want to be notified for more streams just like this, only completely different, except exactly the same. And, let's see here. Shock, you've got sailors and pilots all over, so your average highway speed is a tiny bit higher than it otherwise would be. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, anytime you've got young men, I think you're going to have speeds higher. What I can say, though, is thanks to the military people around the Puget Sound, we have some of the dumbest motorcycle riders I've ever seen in my life. Doing wheelies on the freeway, driving past trucks and kicking them. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've seen just outside of, it was the Army base, okay? It actually wasn't the sailors nor the pilots, it was the Army's guys. But yeah, I can honestly say some of the dumbest motorcycle riders I have ever seen are thanks to Joint Base Lewis McChord. Actually, now that I think about it, they could have been pilots because McChord Air Force Base is an Air Force base. So who knows? It might have been the pilots that were equally stupid as the soldiers. I'm not sure. But I just know that I was really relieved when they all got off at the base because I felt really, really in danger with them on the freeway near me. And let's see here. Shock, around here, the military motorcyclists have to wear this fluorescent green-yellow vest. You mean everybody in the military who has a motorcycle has to wear that? Nessie's, that was exactly that was my, Army infantry was basically what I thought too. And so, exactly, that was pretty much exactly, Shock. I don't want to see what could happen if what they were doing went wrong. And they were doing everything that made me think something is gonna go wrong. I mean, it looked like the truck that they kicked, probably in retrospect, after the truck didn't seem to freak out, like I think that must have been their friend. I hope. But yeah, you know. But yeah, you know. And let's see here. Oh no. Oh no, is Gina afraid of getting in the car with Rick because he goes too fast? And oh, not riding with me because I go too fast. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, I can tell you this. James Monet, who was a professional bus driver for, I think, 17 years, I drove him around Seattle, and I will be driving him around the Puget Sound on February 29th when he comes to Tacoma. And he said that he felt very safe and that I was a good driver. He actually said that he thought I was a good driver. And I took that as a compliment, actually. I really did. And I will tell you this. When we were in California, James drove. Holy crumb. He's a good driver. Some people I don't feel safe behind the wheel with. I felt very safe behind the wheel with James. He is a very good driver. He also drives fast, but he was a very good driver. And, let's see here. So what? So, okay, wait, I'm confused. I still want to know about the fluorescent vests. So possibly the vests are more after making them feel conspicuous than their actual safety. So wait, so it's known that if you're in a fluorescent vest, that's got to be a soldier, and so you better know act, because then we know that a soldier's acting up. Is that what's going on? I'm very confused. And Shock, all you can say is Andy did not demand that I turn the wheel over to him. Wait, oh, you drove when you saw Andy back in the day? And, oh, they feel like people are looking at them. Well, they probably are. Let's see here. Did James have a habit to stop at each bus stop? No, he didn't. No, he didn't see Honda, but it's funny you should say that because, he had a lot to say about the bus stops in Seattle, and he was very impressed with the bus stops that we have here. And I had to explain to him, these aren't our usual bus stops. These are very special bus stops for a very special route that goes directly into town, and they're the express whatever. It's like regular bus stops don't look like this bus stop. But he was very impressed with our bus stops because some of our bus stops are fancy. Most of our bus stops are not, but some of our bus stops are fancy. And, oh, right, you went all the way to the North Shore. Well, I wasn't sure if he drove or not, so, you know, I wasn't sure. But yeah, I'm very excited about seeing James at the end of January. I'm super stoked. And hold on, wait, exactly. The regular ones are stinky. Yes, exactly. Not only are the regular ones, yeah, you know, I don't know if I told this story to you guys or not. I'm pretty sure I did. I don't have the picture pulled up, so I'm not going to pull it up because I don't remember where it was. But there was a car in front of me that had a funny bumper sticker. And so we were going through slow traffic at a stop sign, I think, stoplight. So I took a picture of the bumper sticker. I mean, that's what I was taking a picture of, really. But then later, upon reviewing the picture of the bumper sticker, off to the side, next to the bus stop, was a dude dropping trow and just taking a crap on the sidewalk. And it was like, oh, yep, that's just a snapshot, the day in the life of my town right there. I thought it was a funny bumper sticker, but look what else was going on. Yes, it was Mr. Moon and yeah, and extra. Yeah. And yeah, I thought, Darlene, I thought I showed that picture to everybody. And yes, exactly, Nessie's gotta crop that one. Definitely need to crop that one. Although I have to admit, when I did see it, I did burst out laughing because it was just like this so totally tracks with everything that's going on in my city right now. Yes, exactly. Crop the crap. That is precisely it. And I did show that one. Yes, I did. Yeah, I think I had it zoomed in, and then I panned out and was like, but then look at the sidelines. Or don't look at the sidelines. Avert your eyes. Avert them now. All right, so let's see here. I've got a couple more things, but I don't have time for the couple more things. So let's see if I have anything that's little. Oh, you know what? I think I might. So, how about this? This was taken a year ago, 2 years ago. I don't know, this was taken a while ago. But this is me. Boop. Mad Statter here in Hawaii at my old home. My old home when I was little. Last house I lived in before I got to the mainland. I'm here checking out all of my homesteads. You're watching Chatter with Statter. Thanks for joining. So that was the homestead that I got brought back from the cops from. Now, when I lived in that house, it was not 2 stories. It was a 1-story house when I lived in that house. I don't know how they added the upper story or why, but it was just a 1-story house. Yes, it was a very beautiful house. I frankly don't quite understand how my parents afforded it, except for I do know that my mom's parents had a whole lot to do with it. So, so before y'all think like, oh, what's up? It's like, not so much. And Shane, I am not kidding you. Oh my God, dude. That grass, I actually stood there for a while looking at it, trying to figure out if it was real or not, because it was too perfect. But no, it was real. We didn't have grass when we lived there. We didn't have grass. And yes, I was very stoked to be there. And so I don't know how many minutes this is, but if you want to watch, if you want to see the hood, let's see if I can find it. This is the start. This was the scene of it all. Let's see here. I think this is it. Yeah, and we've got the beautiful finger. Look at that lovely finger. Yeah, that we're gonna ignore that for a minute. My cinematography has gotten slightly better since then. Just a little bit better. Not a lot, though. But yeah, this is what's known as Hawaii Kai. And once my finger gets out of the way, you'll be able to see that this is a little marina area, inland waters. And I was about 3. I know, the most wonderful cinematography. Now, okay, look at that hill. Look at that hill right there. See that hill? That slight gradient of a slope? In my childhood memory and mind, that hill was the steepest hill in the world. That hill was like 47 feet high to my childhood memory. But no, apparently it was not. It was like 3 feet high at the most. What I still can't get over, though, is there's no flippin' railing. Like, really? I just don't know how and why there's no flippin' railing. I feel like there should be a railing, but there's no railing. And I don't know why there's no railing, but there's no railing. My dad and I used to catch crabs on that little rock wall. And then we would walk back across the street to the house that you saw earlier. But before we do that, I'm going to show you just what I did. Well, not just what I did, but yeah, okay, so that is the beach side. That's the beach direction of the house. How deep is it? Deep enough for like sailboats and yachts. Deep enough to drown. Way deep. Super deep. No idea, but deep. But this particular street, all the way down, this street right here, this direction, When I chased after the puppy dog, who was not a puppy dog, but was a big dog, when I chased after that dog all the way to the movie theater store, I ran that direction. This is the direction I ran to chase the dog at 6 o'clock in the morning when I was 3 years old in my underwear and I got brought home by the cops. That is the direction that I ran. That is the house I ran from. Now I wasn't running away, okay? The Yees lived next door with that blue roofed house, and their dog had gotten loose, so I was chasing their dog. And so I went down the street up away from the water. But my mom, when she realized I was gone, she didn't know that I went away from the water. So all she could think of was, oh, she went to the water. And it was right about that time that the cop pulled in with me in the back seat. And there you have it. So that and no, I don't want a bigger hill, and I don't want to walk the Cocoa Stairs, Rick. And I guess, yeah, you're right, Shane. Railings come after lawsuits, so yeah, no lawsuit yet. And yeah, Gina, my mom was freaking out, but luckily, no harm, no foul. Yes, the first time I was arrested streaking in my underwear. That is exactly right. That is exactly it. So, yeah, I got my first brush with the law was from that house. So, lesson be learned, you guys. You can never tell how nice a house is, just what rot lies within. Just what rot is waiting to burst forth. All right, you guys, it is 30 minutes past the hour, so it is time. This is exactly, I will spare you the second streak because I have not actually done the second one yet. So on that thought, let's wrap it up. We will see each other on Saturday to watch Hell on Wheels. It's the story of how modern day roller derby got its start in Texas, and how it exploded to the rest of the country and then eventually the rest of the world. So on Saturday, we will hopefully see each other and have a little roller derby lesson, and but not on wheels, just on our butts, and we'll have a good time learning about the history. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'm super stoked that we could finally hang out again. And right, Nicola T, just keep streaming, no more streaking. Yeah, as long as you guys give me money on my stream, I promise I won't streak. No, that's not true. But actually, speaking of which, some folks have thrown down some money on the PayPal side, which you can see on my YouTube page. You might be able to see it on my Twitch page too, I'm not sure. But I have not mentioned you on stream because I'm not sure if you really want to be mentioned in public. However, I do want to know I appreciate everything, and the vast majority of what you're donating does go to finding and sourcing movies like this and then other random tech stuff. So thank you guys so much. And thank you for resubbing and gift subbing. But most of all, thank you guys for just being here, because we can't have a chat unless there's people to chatter. All right. See you soon, y'all. Have a good one.